2023 Acura Integra. Is this the best small affordable luxury car to buy? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. Acura took the car community a bit by surprise when they announced the reintroduction of the Integra to the North American market. The enthusiasts, however, do seem to be a bit torn over the new Integra because it's not exactly a fully reincarnated version of the original Integra that they remember so well. That being said though, there are a lot of reasons why the latest Integra might be a much better luxury car than you might think. So to find out how the Acura Integra compares against other similar entry-level luxury cars in terms of its design, performance, reliability, and value for money, make sure to stick around until the end of this video. And if you enjoy and get value out of this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week, always straight to the point, valuable car buying advice designed to help you, the consumer. So the first most important thing to know about the Integra is that it is based off of the same platform as the Honda Civic. Now some might be thinking, how can the Integra be a proper luxury car if it shares the same underpinnings as a simple economy car like the Civic? But I actually believe that the fact that the Integra shares all the same parts as the Honda Civic is a very good thing, and I'm going to explain why. The thing with a lot of entry-level luxury cars from brands like Mercedes and Audi is that even though they do have a more attainable price point, they still have the high repair costs and operating costs of a more expensive luxury car. You're not going to have to be concerned about expensive repair costs and operating costs with the Integra though, because it shares the same parts with the Civic, which is one of the most inexpensive cars to own. So essentially, what you're getting with the Integra is the looks, the badge, and the feel of a proper luxury car, only with the repair costs and operating costs of an efficient economy car. And I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty attractive combination to have. Now, even though the Integra does share its bones with the Civic, this is an entirely unique design on the exterior. Although the Integra appears to have a sportier sedan coupe-like profile, it is in fact based off of the Civic hatchback, which means that you do get a proper hatch with the rear trunk lid and glass opening all the way up. This is a good thing when it comes to practicality because it gives you a lot more space than you would otherwise get with a regular sedan. But you still get that sporty appearance that you would expect from an Acura, especially if you go for the A-Spec trim, which is the sportiest version of the Integra. And not only is the Integra sporty in terms of its appearance, but it also gives you a pretty sporty driving experience too. The engine for the Integra is the same 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine that's found under the hood of the Civic Si. And as with the Civic Si, this engine produces 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque, which gives you a 0 to 60 time of around 7 seconds, more than enough for a car like this. I actually think this car feels pretty quick, and not only do you get good performance, but you also get really good fuel economy too. The Integra is rated for around 30 to 37 miles per gallon, or 6.5 to 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Very good fuel economy for an entry-level luxury car. Now I know some might be wondering, is that the same 1.5-liter turbo engine that's been having oil dilution problems in various Hondas? And the short answer is yes, but fortunately Honda has improved this engine design over the years. They've updated the parts and the software, so you really don't hear about oil dilution as much as you did when this engine was first released. This engine has now been around for several years now and has actually turned into a fairly reliable engine. And although you still sometimes hear of issues for those who do a lot of really short distance driving in extremely cold weather, really that type of driving is not good for any turbocharged engine. In any case, in terms of its performance and efficiency, the Integra offers a really good balance. Another thing that's nice about the Integra is that it offers a choice between either a CVT automatic transmission or an optional 6-speed manual with rev matching and a limited slip differential on the top trim. My test car here is the CVT, which performs really well, but for those who prefer to change their own gears, the 6-speed manual is a really good gearbox too. I've sampled it in the Civic Si, and in traditional Honda fashion, it has a terrific shifter. Now in terms of ride and handling, I was expecting the Integra to feel a lot like the Civic Si from behind the wheel, but I actually think this is a softer car, and in many ways that is a very good thing. Although the Civic Si does have amazing handling and is really fun to drive, it is a little bit stiff for daily driving. Whereas the slightly softer suspension of the Integra is just about perfect, so not only do you get a better ride, but you also get the same amazing handling and balance, which makes this a very fun car to drive. You also get various drive modes with the Integra, which can adjust the engine response and the steering, and on the top trim you also get adaptive suspension, which can soften or stiffen the ride. As a whole then, if you're looking for a premium car that delivers on both comfort and fun, the Integra is going to do the trick. And the fact that it offers the option of a 6-speed manual with a limited slip differential just makes it even better. Compared to other entry-level luxury cars like say an Audi A3, Mercedes A-Class, or a Lexus IS 300, the Acura Integra is really just as satisfying to drive. And not only is it a great driving car, but it also has a very well-designed interior space too. Now yes, for anyone who's spent some time behind the wheel of the latest Honda Civic, the interior of the Integra is going to feel very familiar. This is more or less the same interior as the Civic with a few minor details changed, which is not actually a bad thing because the Civic happens to have one of the nicest interiors in its class. But not only does the interior feel premium with excellent fit and finish, but it's also top-notch when it comes to its tech and its functionality too. Unlike every other Acura, which has that very controversial touchpad infotainment system which can be frustrating to use, the Integra has the same simple infotainment system from the Civic, which is very good for user friendliness. The infotainment system has an excellent user interface with crisp graphics, lots of great features, and optional wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. You also get a digital display behind the steering wheel which looks really great too. Although much of the interior and the tech is borrowed from the Civic, there are a few upgrades that you get with the Integra, like the same Acura sport seats that you'd find on other Acura models that are available in a few different color choices. Another nice option is Acura's amazing 16-speaker ELS Studio sound system, which has amazing sound quality. All the trims of the Integra, however, do come extremely well equipped for the price and include a full suite of active safety technology too. And as far as the interior space goes, the Integra is a lot more spacious than it looks. There's plenty of room in both the front and the rear seats for adults to sit comfortably, and because of that hatchback body style, you get a surprisingly large cargo area too. Compared to some other entry-level luxury cars like the Audi A3 or the Lexus IS 300, the Integra is a more spacious and practical package. There's honestly a lot of value here for a luxury car, and the pricing is quite impressive for what it is. It ranges from around $32,000 to $37,000 US, or around $37,000 to $45,000 Canadian. The Integra comes in 3 trims, including the base model, the sportier A-Spec, or the top-of-the-line A-Spec Elite or the A-Spec Technology. All 3 trims come standard with a CVT automatic, but if you want the 6-speed manual, you will have to go for the top-of-the-line trim. If you're okay with the automatic, then I think the mid-trim level A-Spec is the best value in the lineup for the price that you're paying. In any case, in terms of pricing, the Integra is around $5,000 to $8,000 more expensive than a comparable Honda Civic. Whether it's worth the price premium really depends on how you look at it. For example, if you're not concerned with having a luxury badge or the sportier, more stylish look of the Integra, then there's no question you are going to get much better value with the Civic. It essentially is going to give you the same driving experience, the same technology and features for a much lower price. But I think for many, spending the few thousand extra to get the Acura badge and everything else that comes with it is going to be worthwhile, especially when you compare it against other similar small luxury cars. For example, if you were to look at something like an Audi A3, a Mercedes A-Class, or even a Lexus IS 300, you are likely going to end up spending a lot more money, but not necessarily getting a lot more for your money when compared to the Integra. But not only does the Integra give you more for your money at a lower price point than those other luxury cars, but you're also going to have a much lower ownership cost too. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, because the Integra shares all the same parts as the Civic, it is going to be less expensive to run over the long haul. And having that Honda Acura reputation for reliability should also help maintain a higher resale value over the long haul too. Put it all together and you actually have a very attractive package for anybody who wants all the benefits of owning a luxury car, but without that luxury car price. And even though it's obviously not a modern reincarnation of the original Integra, who knows, down the road Acura might decide to introduce a spicier version of the Integra, like an Integra Type S, using a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine from the rest of the Honda Acura lineup. That would be something really special. But in the meantime, let me know what you think of the 2023 Acura Integra. Would you buy one over another entry-level luxury car, or even a Honda Civic? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also take a look at some of my other car videos by checking out these links over here. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to check out carhelpcanada.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.